The inspection process starts as a nomination process. So there's three sales generally that we are accepting horses for in the summertime. So we're looking for horses that have leg, length, athleticism. You're looking for a horse that has balance. And when I say balance, if you broke that horse up into thirds, you want to see it equally proportioned. First thing that I'm drawn to is a horse's shoulder and his neck. And how does that neck, is it a clean neck? Does it tie into his shoulders and at the top at his withers cleanly? What's the horse's top line? How does that horse look across the top? Is he symmetrical, balanced, or do his parts go together well? And then from that, you look and see, how does this horse move? So you watch the horse walk. When the horse leaves you, you want to see that horse hind limbs be symmetrical coming out of his hips. You want to see a good square hip. You don't want to see, a pointed hip or a big rounded hip, but, kind of a square hip. When that horse leaves, you want to see his limbs moving symmetrically away from you without a lot of deviation one way or the other. Same thing when the horse comes back towards you. You don't want to see a whole lot of deviation in the limbs. Now, will there be some? Yes, there's going to be some, because these are kind of like a bunch of 8th grade kids. They're all still growing, they're all still developing, and we're getting a snapshot of that horse and one bit of its growth and one bit of its trajectory, actually, as it's moving forward in its growth pattern. So what that takes is looking at a lot of horses over the years, watching horses grow, watching horses mature, knowing what they're supposed to look like at that time of the year and that stage of growth, and hoping that you're going to be able to project that horse in a few more months when it would reach a sale. Just because it has some limb deviations at the time doesn't mean that it won't grow out of it. Some are easier than others to grow through and to grow out of. Those are the things that we're looking at initially. What you want to see are symmetrical parts, good athletic parts. When that horse walks, does it have an athletic movement? Some horses walk bigger than others. Some horses have parts that are more up and down, and they don't walk as athletic. Doesn't mean that they always won't run. What we're trying to do is just find those horses that fit that criteria that we think that the market's going to be drawn towards.